Good evening, good evening. My name is Coach Smile, and it's indeed a pleasure to be with you tonight. And tonight is groundbreaking. Groundbreaking in the fact that with all the different ways of marketing our product, we have found a need and we choose to fill that need. And what I'd like you to do is envision with me at some point in your life. And Kim, are you set up?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Some point in your life, you have had a match. So just envision a match because a lot of times we do meditations. And in my meditation, I always envision myself back in Jamaica. So what I'd like you to do is just hold a match up in your hand. The matchbook is in your left hand and the match is in your right, and you struck a match. And so the match now has just lit. Right, thanks. And you keep it there and it's burning, it's burning, it's burning, it's burning, it's burning, and it's burning, and then it goes out. And why it goes out is it has a limited time, right? But that same match could literally burn down the world. It could burn down the neighborhood, okay? But guess what? The systems aren't in place for it to turn into a raging fire and to keep that fire going. Well, my question to you in your mind's eye is, do you have the systems in place to keep your fire burning? And so tonight we're going to show you systems that are set up to keep your fire burning. Whatever your fire or your mission or your purpose is, mine is about getting people to live longer, to be healthier, to be happier. Health has become a driving force in me. Why? Because I'm healthier today than I have been maybe in 20, 30 years. I feel a lot better. I've already done 12,000 steps today. There are very few people at my age have done half that much. Okay? And it's because of what I'm putting in my body on a daily basis and getting that information out. What could that do to our communities? So health is a very, very, very important to me. But we have a huge problem in America today, and it deals with nonprofits. And so we have found a solution to that problem. So I think it was Earl Nightingale that said, find a need and fill it. And if you find a need and you can fill that need, and boy, can we. And so tonight you're going to hear systems that are put in place for you to do good and make a difference in your community and your family's legacy. Notice what I said, legacy. And so with that, I really want to thank you for showing up tonight. Spencer, God bless you. God bless you. Mark, thank you. Miss Smith, thank you. And the others, whether you're seeing this recorded or live, let me tell you, this is something that is going to absolutely light your fire. And without any further ado, our presenter of the night, she's a fabulous grandma. She's a fabulous mom, but she's a very strong member of this community. Miss Kim Law. She knows what she talks about because In fact, she has an appointment tomorrow at 1 o'clock with the University of Oklahoma to do a fundraising presentation. So I'm talking to you about doing local presentations. But Miss Kim Lowell. And Kim, just give a little bit of your background so you know this, they know that you know the topic very well. Miss Kim Lowell.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Coach. And thank you for the opportunity to be able to share with y'all tonight about something that I have a lot of passion about, and that's giving back. I'm actually the founder of Foster Your Family's Future. We started our nonprofit organization back in 2005, so we're 20 years old. We chose to be an organization that was self-sufficient. So we were always looking for resources and ways to fund our programs without state or federal or privatization money. Basically, we were wanting to think out of the box. So when this opportunity arose for us, we were thrilled at what the potential was and what it has to offer for our program. And the people who are engaged with us, so often there's campaigns that people do, fundraising campaigns, and they just give money, right? But they don't receive anything in return. So this is an opportunity for not only people to receive something in return, but it's not a candy bar. It's something that's actually healthy, and it's something that they're going to want to use and consume again and again and again. Personally, I have been using this company's products for well over 6 years now. I've had remarkable results myself. The product we're going to be sharing with you tonight is something that was actually initiated during the pandemic. So I don't want to spoil the presentation, but I just want you to know we've been around the industry for over 20 years. And what we're going to share with you this evening is an opportunity on how you can not only help to fund nonprofit organizations, but organizations like teams, football teams, schools. I'm trying to think of like not only just sports teams, but also like bands. Maybe they need uniforms, or there's an art school that's needing to have extra supplies, or it doesn't matter. I mean, the ideas are endless. So let's start the show. We're gonna introduce you to some amazing um, information here. So we're going to start out with just some information right off the bat.
In challenging economic times, local non-profits face a multitude of hurdles. Donations from individuals decline as people prioritize personal finances. Corporate support dwindles as companies shift their focus. Government funding cuts hit hard as tax revenues fall. The demand for non-profit services surges, stretching limited resources. Volunteer shortages further burden non-profits' abilities to deliver. Rising costs and reduced funding make it tough to maintain operations. Here's where independent fundraisers become game changers. They expand reach with innovative campaigns to tap into new donors. Long-term relationships with donors become their strength. Independent fundraisers diversify revenue streams to ensure steady support. They streamline the process so non-profits can focus on their mission. Increased visibility draws more supporters to the non-profit's cause. Strategic planning becomes the cornerstone of navigating economic challenges. At Nutraveda, we create solutions that drive change, like our product Ambrosia. Ambrosia, a powerful Ayurvedic supplement, is perfect for fundraising. Imagine planning 3 small fundraisers each month with significant returns. Collaborate with local non-profits to foster community partnerships. The potential to reach customers and inspire reorders is massive. Join us and unlock a fundraising model that embraces sustainability and growth. The time to transform your fundraising efforts is now. Let's build a brighter tomorrow together. For more information, visit https://ambrosiaforyourfamily.now.site/thank-you.
So as you can see,
In
there's a
challenging
huge potential to be able to make a large impact. Let's talk about some of the challenges that may be happening in the industry when it comes to nonprofit organizations. Some of them have to do with economic changes that are happening in the different industries, with the political arena and all this, the different things that are happening currently. Some people do rely on state and federal funding. The other organizations rely on funds coming in from the private sector. So what we're doing is we're creating some opportunities for a change and a shift in a way that is absolutely magnificent. The other thing that happens is sometimes, corporations and major companies, they're having to re-strategize due to economic changes. So what happens? They're not giving out the funds that they normally give out to nonprofit organizations. The other thing, we already know about the funding cuts that are happening with the government these days. But what we have is exceptional because we're expanding our reach to where we're able to leverage. That's the key thing, leverage, not just a one-time support, but continued support for the nonprofit organization for different platforms that they're wanting to raise funds for. The other thing that we do is we're building relationships that are ongoing because we're not just sitting there as a nonprofit organization with our hand out saying, give me, give me, and you don't get anything in return. People are ecstatic and excited about being able to get something that they can use and consume, and at the same time, know that they're empowering a passion or a cause that they feel strongly about. Now, when we're building relationships, it's not just about the relationships that a nonprofit currently has, but it's about building new relationships as well. The other thing that we do is we're diversifying the revenue streams that a nonprofit organization is able to redeem and grow from. I don't know about y'all, but if you have all of your eggs in one basket, it's not going to benefit you as much as being able to have revenue sources that come in from a variety of different sources. And that's what we're offering people. The name of our program is called Fund Our Cause. So this is an exciting way. See, when we're funding our cause, we're creating fundraising campaigns that promotes products and generate funds through direct purchases and subscriptions. Now, when we're talking about subscriptions, this is really amazing because imagine if somebody says, gosh, I really love that most people, they think of candy bars and cookies, right, for fundraisers. Well, what if they get across something that's absolutely fantastic, that's great for their health, they feel good using and consuming the product, they're like, oh my gosh, how do I do this? Well, the first step is the organization has to register. And once they register, the next thing is they got to create a campaign. What do they want to raise the money for? Are they raising it for a uniform for the band, or maybe a soccer team or a football team? Maybe they're needing to raise money for transportation for their organization to be able to pick people up, or a church is looking to build a new wing. Whatever the cause is, they write that down and it becomes, they create a campaign circled around what it is they're looking to raise funds for. The next thing they do is they invite the people who are supportive of their organization already to have conversations, not only with the people they know, but with people they meet on the street. Look at all the folks that go out and they're like selling cookies on the corner, right? Well, this is a great way to be able to have a conversation where you say, look, we have this really great event that we have going on right now. And by trying these products, and you can sample them out, that's another thing that we're doing. When you sample them out, then people are like, oh my gosh, that's so good. You mean I can get this for my family and support your cause at the same time? Yep, that's the best way to do it. So let's take a look at this. When we have somebody that's joining our cause, they're starting a campaign that's going to have a positive impact on the community to create change. Now, this is what personally we're all about, is creating positive change. So come join our fundraiser today. Let's see what this looks like. Well, when you're creating your own network of fundraisers, first you're going to invite your friends, right? And then they're going to invite their friends. And it creates a network of people wanting to have the same influence and impact on a cause. See, we reap the benefits from a funding network. Now, let me share with you how this works. It's so cool. Because see, once the fundraiser is over, when we as individuals who are looking to have a revenue stream by helping and supporting the community in a way that we know has a profound impact. Once that campaign is over, those individuals are going to want to know, hey, where can I get the Ambrosia again? I really loved it. I want to keep having it for my family. Well, this is where you come in, because after that campaign is finished, because all those funds go to the campaign when it's done, then those folks become customers of yours. Now let's take a look at what these numbers actually turn into. It's really amazing. We're going to talk about different levels. Well, remember we were talking about the community where this person shared with somebody who said, hey, this is a great idea. Help, go ahead and support this cause as well. When you're talking to individuals who want to go out and support organizations to do fundraisers, and they have friends that say, gosh, well, I want to do it too. Well, the person you spoke to would be on your first level. So let's just say that they did, fundraising email, send it out to 20 organizations. And out of that 20 organizations, generally speaking, 8 are going to say, yep, I see the value. I think this is really great. These are accurate numbers. Okay. This is not made up. These are accurate numbers that we have found that's consistent with this, with the industry that we're in. Now, when we talk about raising funds for the cause, out of those 8 people, that cause is going to receive $200 off of the 2 Ambrosia packages that they purchased. Now, when the people want to get the products again, those same 8 people now have created a revenue stream consistently for you of $48. But what's really incredible is the average person, when they see all the other product line that NutraVeda has to offer, the average purchase or buy-in is about $125. Now, your commission off of that, off of those 8 people, is $120 on top of the 48. So let's take a look at when your friend says, gosh, I have, Joe is excited about doing this, but he talked to Mary, and Mary says, I see what you're doing, Joe. I'm going to have a strong impact in my community and do the same thing. Well, what happens is now you're talking on a second level, and it grows. So out of the second level, when they share it with 3 people who are doing the same thing that you've done, guess what happens? Now you're talking at approximately 36 fundraising organizations come on board. They earn $900 off of the campaign that they did. And then the residual income that comes in on average, based off of those 36 individuals, is about 108. But remember, they tend to buy into other products on average. So that's going to increase your revenue stream to about $270 or $220. Now, as you can see, as the levels move down, the more people that you talk about helping to support organizations in the community, and the more people they talk to, guess what occurs? Look at the bottom line. On average, when you go 5 levels deep, you average it out, it's approximately 719 people that are working and talking to nonprofit organizations and causes within the community. Well, guess what happens? The fundraisers, the individuals who have done the campaigns, you've helped to raise over $17,000, almost $18,000 for those organizations and the exciting things that they're wanting to do in fulfilling their cause, right? The campaigns they're doing. Well, the residual income that's going to come to you from people saying, gosh, I love the product. How do I get it again? That's going to create this is a monthly revenue stream of a little over $600 for yourself. That's only if they got the Ambrosia. But the average person is going to end up getting a couple more products. So your average stream of income is approximately a little over $1,500 a month. I don't know about y'all, but that makes a few car payments and in some cases, some people's house payments. Let's take a look at some of the exciting things that this product has to offer.
Ambrosia, unlocking the power of ancient Ayurvedic herbs. Welcome to a journey through nature's holistic wonders. Meet Ambrosia, a groundbreaking blend of 53 ancient Ayurvedic herbs and botanicals, each meticulously synergized to enhance their individual and collective benefits. At the heart of Ambrosia is the unparalleled ability to uplift not just your health, but also support powerful causes. Imagine harnessing the natural power of these herbs to bring about transformative changes, not just personally, but for a greater societal contribution. The complexity of today's world makes it tougher for nonprofits to secure necessary funding. Ambrosia solves this by providing a sustainable pathway to generate essential funds while staying true to natural health fundamentals. Whether it's a boost in vitality, mental clarity, or emotional well-being, every element in our product is selected for maximum impact, helping you stay at the top of your game, energetically and spiritually aligned. Proof of this synergy lies with those who've integrated Ambrosia into their lives and witnessed firsthand the power of natural healing, a balanced harmony of health while achieving their funding goals. Are you ready to transform your mission with Ambrosia's vital support? Get back to the person who invited you to this presentation. Learn how easy it is to register your nonprofit and kickstart your journey fundraising with natural health at its core. Ambrosia.
Now, isn't that exciting? You can take this video and literally share that video with nonprofit organizations. You don't have to do the presentation. You just share with them the information. They take a look at it. They see the value. Then we have a further conversation. This is exciting. Here's just some of the benefits of the ingredients that is in Ambrosia. There's 53 herbs and spices. Now, omni fruit. What's really cool about this is that it not only works for strengthening your immunity, your skin, digestion, heart, hair, and diabetes. That's just a few of the things that Omni does. And did you know that asparagus, yes, asparagus is an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, works on coughs, digestion. It helps with lactation production for women who are nursing. It's great to get rid of and avoid kidney stones, as well as hormone balancing for stress and ulcers. That's just asparagus. When we talk about ashwagandha, I know a lot of you have heard about ashwagandha and the benefits with helping with sleep and restlessness and the recovery time for your mind to be restored again from exhaustion and different things that we overextend ourselves. It also helps with muscle strength. Now, papaya. I don't know about y'all, but I love papaya. One of the really amazing things that I did not know about papaya until I started doing a bunch of research was that it actually protects against cancer. Isn't that incredible? So when we have something that helps with not only restoration for health and wellness, but protects us against harmful carcinogens, this is incredible. It also slows down Alzheimer's. It's great for immune boosting as well as protecting your vision. That's a big deal for me. I'll tell you about that later. And reduces inflammation. Now, licorice. I know some people like the red over the black, but black licorice is really incredible because it actually relieves cough symptoms. You think of the cough syrups and things like that. Yep, it's because of the licorice that it's got in it. It's great for weight loss as well as boosting the immune system and helping with stress and digestion. Now, one of the things that's really exciting about how they have put this platform together is that the organizations can choose timelines. They can do a 3-day, a 5, a 7, or 14-day campaign to raise up to $20,000 per campaign. Now, you're thinking, oh, but they need hundreds of thousands of dollars to build a wing. Well, one of the things that we've been teaching for many, many years is about chunking. What that means is you want to break things down into smaller bite-sized pieces. And when you accomplish that, maybe it's the foundation. We're raising the money to pour the foundation for a wing on a church, or we're raising the money to get the bus. And then we're going to get the uniforms, or we're raising the money for the uniforms. Do you see where I'm coming from? What you do is you break them down, and we walk through the process with the organizations to help them to be able to set up their campaigns and build it one on top of the next, which is really exciting. Now, when we talk about the product and who are the people who usually use and consume the kind of things that we have? Well, the general buyer is somebody who's into holistic wellness, right? You'd think so. Well, they tend to be the ones to jump on board right away. But when people taste what we've got, oh my gosh, it's even more incredible. So the average range is 25 years of age or older, who actually they're like, I see the vision in this. I really want to be a part of what's going on. They tend to be health conscious people. They're mindful about what it is they're using and consuming and eating. They tend to do the meditations and yoga, and they're into healthcare and self-care. The other thing is they're actively seeking ways to be able to balance their life, their work schedule, their health, their exercise, all that. And the next thing that happens is they tend to set goals, right? So that they can improve not only their physical well-being, but their mental well-being at the same time. The other thing that occurs is when you start getting physically healthy, your skin starts looking better, you become more radiant, you feel better. People say, oh my gosh, you have a glow about you. What is it? Well, that's because you're using and consuming things that help your body to heal itself, to be vibrant again, which is absolutely amazing. And also, these individuals are embracing natural remedies, which this is from the Ayurvedic philosophy. The other thing that's really incredible is that when we start talking about not only feeling better, one of those things that it helps with is reduction of pain and things that cause pain, such as inflammation or stressors on our body. Now, we're looking at a whole bunch of different exciting ways. Let me share with you something that's really incredible. When you talk about being an affiliate, that was the customer. Now we're talking about individuals who are looking at this as a way to earn some extra money, whether it's part-time, whether it's full-time, it's up to them. Average range of person interested in doing this, again, is 25 or older, right? When we're talking about the urban people, the ones that are, maybe they might be city dwellers, but they're usually in the outlying areas, and they're looking to do something to change their lifestyle in a way that might be a little bit more dynamic than what they're currently participating in. They tend to be very tech savvy individuals, and they're very active on social media. This is exciting because of how our platform works. You're going to be thrilled when you see what we've done. So they tend to be passionate about health and wellness, and they're very engaged in their audiences with the social media platforms and things. The other thing is, when they're setting their goals, they're looking at ways to build their social media base at the same time as having an impact on the communities that they're in. They want people to be excited about what they're excited about. Now, pain points. There are some struggles when it comes to affiliate programs, but this program has alleviated all those challenges that tend to come down the pike. Now, some people are looking for preferred brands, and it's got to be a name brand or whatever. Well, guess what we found? We found that people are more thrilled about having a product that works than having a product that they think might work and doesn't. So the power of duplication. Let's talk about how this is going to work to help your pocketbook. See, there's organizations and the fundraisers, right? We send out, this is based on 3 small fundraisers. We're not talking huge corporations. We're talking about the average, which there's a whole lot more small nonprofit organizations than there are big corporate ones, because they get their funding through a wide variety of ways. We're talking about the mom and pop ones, the people that are in your community that are really trying to make the grassroots difference. So we have 3 small fundraisers, an average between $8,000 to $12,000 that they want to raise. We're going to build the community partnership, and we're going to collaborate with the nonprofit organizations in helping them to align not only their values, but aligning with the community's values and strengthening what the needs are and building their relationship stronger. The other thing that's going to happen as far as the revenue potential, this is exciting. For each fundraiser that's engaged, generally on average, it's about 500 people that get involved. Now, the profits range $25 per pack of ambrosia per individual. So that equals $12,500 that fundraiser made just on 500 people that they've brought on board that were excited about raising funds for their organization. With just 3 fundraising campaigns, each of them, that's 1,500 community customers on a monthly basis that you've built for your organization by reaching out and expanding and helping to make an impact in your community. Our long-term growth is absolutely amazing. See, over 4 months, the strategy of doing this is going to bring approximately 6,000 people into your community as customers. After the campaigns are finished, this customer base is going to follow how to get the product. Let's just assume that 60 of the customers reorder 60%, reorder on a monthly basis, creating 3,600 loyal customers to you. That's pretty doggone good. Now, that monthly income, each customer is generally going to buy 2 packs of ambrosia because they're going to have one for them and one for a loved one or family member. That's just an average. So that's $89 for a 2-pack. The 3,600 customers with just 2 packs, that creates a revenue stream of $320,400 of monthly revenue stream. That's a month, my dears, a month. So let's look at the potential. This model actually starts based on small businesses, small organizations. We're not talking about large corporate companies. Let's take a look at what we can do in helping to strengthen the community. So our customer growth and the revenue strategy that we have, when you have 3 individuals who see the vision of being able to create a revenue stream by helping and having an impact in the community, this is where the growth comes from. Those 3 affiliates achieving the same growth is going to receive 1,500 customers on average, which equals 1,350 customers in the community, in their community base on a monthly basis. Now, if 60% of those reorder on a monthly basis, the results are over 8,000 people of loyal customers. I don't know about y'all, but having 8,000 loyal customers, we owned a health food store for 13 years. That is a big deal. When you start strengthening your customer base because people are excited about something that they used and consumed, and they have a visceral reaction because it's supporting something they believe in, people are going to want to participate even more. The level goes higher. So on a monthly revenue stream, what we're looking at is being able to have the 2 packs of ambrosia. That calculates to, with the 8,100 people and customers, you're looking at 1,441,800 monthly revenue stream. And that's with a base of 19,500 customers. I know these numbers may seem huge and out of touch for some people, but the reality is it's absolutely doable, especially when you're talking about working with the small-based nonprofits. Example, Dr. Harris is actually a student of Coach David Smile, our chief cook and bottle washer here. He actually built a customer base of over 30,000 customer base by simply sharing with individuals that you get 3 people to do the same thing you do, and your product is free. Well, guess what? We could build a revenue base doing the same thing by helping 3 organizations to see the vision on how we can benefit and bless them with what they're wanting to accomplish. So, what I'd like to do is open up for anybody who may have some questions and answer the questions for you. All you have to do is unmute. Feel free to come in. And we built the platform specifically to the nonprofit organizations' needs. So, like I said, if they're needing to build a wing, we walk through the process of what that looks like, how to build several different campaigns over a couple of times throughout the year. And that way people say, hey, look, you supported us. We got the foundation built. We raised the money. We're so excited. Now we're putting the walls up. We're back with the Ambrosia again. Come help support us. Thank you for your support to begin with. Do you see how the vision builds and grows?
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, Kim. You did an unbelievable job as always. In fact, we're so committed to this. But before I do that announcement, I want to thank everybody that showed up. Gloria, thank you. Thank you. Mary, my #1, and I got both Marys on. So I'll go California, Mary. I missed you. I'm glad you showed up tonight. But we have literally embarked on a whole new chapter, okay? The first time I figured out how to do $1 million in my other companies, all I did was follow the plan. And with this, it's follow the plan. Christine is on, and I don't know if she wants to talk about, she got the approval of her fundraiser. Elaine, you can tear this up. You can tear this up. One thing we have as an advantage, we've got age on our side, and we're not going to be doing anything that is foolish, okay? And if we go into somebody and just ask, hey, how can I be of service to you and your organization? Who do you know that I should know? And you start referring out. But Christine registered her organization today, her church, and the company has already made up emails to send out. And all you've got to do, why don't you just go into that so you talk about the waves waving out? Kim?
Oh, okay. So I wasn't sure if you were reaching out to Christine or not. So what's really exciting is that as Christine is with her nonprofit that she just got registered today, they're going to be able to not only bring in, the first wave for their fundraising campaign, but the next fundraising campaign is going to be like a second wave that's going to build, and then the third, and then the fourth. So it just keeps building one right after the other. The other thing that's really exciting is that as she's doing this campaign, there may be people who are interested in reaching out to other organizations from her church that say, hey, I'm a part of another organization over here that wants to do a fundraiser. I'd like to know how we could do it over here. So when she does that, she's connecting, and that creates a second wave for her to be able to strengthen somebody else, to be able to do a fundraiser for a whole completely different organization. And we walk through the same process, not just with Christine, but helping to support Christine to do the same thing with other people that she's currently working with.
So what we did at Liberty Cathedral, Bishop had everybody come to, as we did it right after the largest crowd, which was when he does the communion. And then everybody then went ahead and committed. Now that we got everybody that's there committed, we then ask them to just take out their phones. So everybody take out their phones and send out 10 emails to everyone right then and there. So we got 200 people. If everybody sends out 10 emails, that's 2,000 people impacted. And with those 2,000, let's assume 40% of that engage. But those can then send out another message to 10 of their friends. Okay? So ideally, in a perfect world, you got 2,000 people sending out at least 10 emails. Now you have impacted. Okay? And so there's a space in there that that second wave can send their own message. And then the third wave sends their message out to maybe 5 people. Okay? So throughout 4 or 5 different waves, I call it, or levels, you can impact it's a huge reach. And then ask them to come back and do SMSs, because a certain percentage of those are going to go to the email heavens, meaning they get lost in spam and whatever. But because of how serious you are about your mission, your purpose, you can then have them do email, text messages, and follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. And so this is a whole different methodology, a digital way of reaching out that we've never had before. But then we got to embrace it. We have to embrace it. And so I started out by saying this is like a match. And you can light a match. And I went to the store. I went to 3 stores. But being Jew making, they were asking $5.57 for a box of matches. I go, never. We're going to do this in our mind, Elaine. So just go down to your levels and envision a match. And you can hold a match in your hand and will burn for a certain amount of time. And then it will go out. But with the right systems, that match can burn a building, it can burn a community. Okay, thank you, thank you. At least you had a match. I wasn't prepared to spend $4.75. Now that match that she just lit could burn a building with the right systems. Okay, but I ask you to ask yourself, do you have the systems to keep your fire lit? This can be the system to ensure that your fire stays lit. And those that catch the vision and work the vision, it will be awesome. I want to thank each and every one of you. God bless you. Is there anything anybody would like to share before we leave?
Well, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you taking time out of your valuable day today, and we look forward to working with you in the future. Please feel free to reach out to Coach or myself. I'm Kim Law, And we would be glad to set up and schedule any kind of appointments. We're here to support you
Right.
and have a
We will be doing the appointments for you until you catch your head. In fact, we've got an appointment tomorrow at 1 o'clock with the University of Oklahoma. The University of Oklahoma. And guess what? The second Friday of next month, we're going to have the same hot Zoom. And guess what? Sharon Saunders has stepped up and she's going to be the host. Okay? So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to set up the same thing that we did here. Okay? And so you can then pull down and set it up starting today. So, just put that in, we'll set it up. And we'll just get it going. And we'll recruit to that Friday. And so they've got like the other half of the month to get trained and go out. But Elaine, you handling 3 people along with 3, and we just build. We just build. Mark, we just build. And so good night and thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Blessings.
Great presentation, Kim.